is a place like no place on earth. Some say to survive it, you need to be as mad as a hatter.
What's going on, people? What's going on, people? This is the Mad Hatter, and welcome to the Madhatterrant media channel. You know what time it is. It's been a while, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a while. But, I have to tell you the truth. I was banned on the YouTube because I was talking too much political stuff. I was exposing too many truths about what is going on behind the scenes with the global economic agenda and, all that good stuff. And, of course, with a little hint of COVID and a little hint of pandemic. So with all of that being said, I got banned, I got, written off the channel, I got completely taken off. But guess what? They can't keep the Mad Hatter down for too long because the Mad Hatter is back. The Mad Hatter is back in the house, in the building. What are you going to say to me now, huh? What are you going to say? The Mad Hatter is back, ladies and gentlemen. So what are we doing today? Today, as you can see, I'm finally back in the game. So now I can actually get into the conversation because something is going on right now on the social media platforms, inside the network, inside the whole ambiance and environment that they call the Manosphere, ladies and gentlemen. There's a Manosphere and then there's a black Manosphere. So either way, there's still a Manosphere. And this Manosphere is, people have their views, people have their, opinions about what they think it is, how they feel about it, what they would like it to be, but nobody can deny that it's set itself a foundation, it's set itself a platform, it's set itself a way to go forward. So big shout out to all the Manosphere content creators out there who are putting that work with the podcast. Mad Hatter is back on the scene and he's here to join and do his part in raising positive outcomes for the male, the men, the brothers, so that we too can enjoy the things out of life and we too can have positive outcomes. But with all that jazz, let's get into it. Let's get into it.
There is a place like no place on earth. Some say to survive it, you need to be as mad as a hatter.
So guys, we're going to be having a review and we are going to be reviewing the average of best video, the one that went viral and caused a whole uproar and a whole ruckus out there in the United States because some, as some would say, had the audacity, this man had the nerve to call this woman average at best. Well, is that what he did? Let's have a look. Let's review, because I've been dying to get my teeth into this video. I've been dying to get my teeth into this review so that I can start talking and exposing the craziness that's happening in our society, because there seems to be a disconnect, a dysfunction from the opposite gender, from the male persuasion, who seems to think that hypergamy and the feminist movement and the mindset in that whole agenda is going to allow them to be able to continue along forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. But is that so? Is that going to happen? So let's see. But this movement, this mindset, this change of agenda has actually caused a big rift, a big division between men, women, and the family structure. And when you have division between men and women and the family structure, what are you going to have? You're going to have a failure of society, a failure of community, a failure of cohesiveness. So where are they taking us for this agenda? Where are they leading us? Let me not get too much into the talking, guys. Let me not get too much. Let's review the video and let's see, because I seem to have an idea of where these men in the Manosphere, in particular Kevin Samuels, is going. But I don't want to expose it just yet. Let's go on a journey. Let's go on a journey.
Silence, you funny fool!
Okay, enough of that. Enough of that. Enough of that. Let's play the video. Let's play the video.
Those were hers.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, are you a PhD?
No.
I'm a PhD.
How many dogs you got?
One.
Really?
I'm sorry?
What dog is it?
He's a cane corso.
He's a what?
A cane corso.
What is that in English?
It's a larger dog, and their breed is meant for guarding and protecting. They're very protective of their home and their family.
Now, guys, I don't know about you, but I haven't seen what this woman actually looks like. But from the sound of her voice, she's not sounding like she's very cultured. Let's put it that way. Cultured. But let's see.
Family.
Okay, so what's your disagreement?
Honestly, I don't have a disagreement. I just came here because I honestly want some advice from you.
Huh?
It says disagreement day.
Oh, I know, but this is my first time catching it on live. Normally, I'm asleep. And
You have a job?
Okay. Let's take a pause. Let's take a pause real quick, people. Let's take a pause, because when you have a look at this, she said she hasn't called in to have a disagreement, even though the calling of the show is disagreement day. On top of that, she wants to have a rating or get some advice from Kevin, who is actually an image consultant, if you do the research and check him up. So I'm sure he has a consultancy in which you can call him up and have your one-to-one time with him. But she chose to come onto the platform on a day that's disagreement day, without a disagreement, to change the subject. So let's see how Kevin handles this, because I've seen a lot of reaction videos from the let's call it the female empowerment movement and on the YouTube space, and they've been having some strong words to say about this guy. So I'm going to do the evidence for myself, and let's review the behavior and the responses. So right there already we see the behavior. So now, are we saying that they can't see the behavior? Because right off the bat, she's already rude right there. She's coming to a podcast doing something else. But let's see how this goes. Let's see how Kevin deals with it.
I do. I own a business.
Okay, so I do too.
And I do have a question. If you
But
don't
I
mind.
have a business. And if you wanted my advice, you could always book a session if you can't catch us at the show live.
I'm definitely. I was trying to go online earlier.
But all you have to do, man. But see, what kind of business do you own?
I own a pet grooming, doggy daycare, and indoor
Okay,
dog
so
park.
what you're basically trying to do is, I have a disagreement day, and you basically came in and said, "Damn your topic. I want to ask you what I want to ask you," and
Okay.
that's. But you are more than welcome to go on my website and purchase your time to talk with me one-on-one.
You see, you guys, sorry I keep stopping the video, but I only got to watch the 7-minute section of the video. So obviously I had to watch the whole video to get the context of what's actually going on. But now that I'm seeing the full 20-minute video of it, it's actually dawned on me that, hold on a second, Kevin's actually right here. This woman's called in on the show on the day that's disagreement day, and she says she watches his show. So if she watches his show and she's an avid viewer of his show, then she would know the format of his show and the days in which you can call into his show to be able to have that conversation. On top of that, she has the ability and the means to purchase and facilitate using his services. And again, this is what I've experienced and I have seen, is this so-called empowerment movement that's there to empower is only empowering one side, whereas I am not seeing the support within the so-called conscious woke community, you see what I'm saying, where they're supporting each other collectively, but they're supporting the women, but it would seem that they don't want to support the men of their same community who are also entrepreneurs. I find that very strange, because in order to have an economy, it's good to have an economy of both, right? But hey, that's just the Mad Hatter's thinking. But hey, you never know. Let's get back into it, guys. Let's get back into it.
Because what you're trying to do is rather rude, but I will go ahead and do it because I'm going to use this as a teaching lesson. How old are you? How old are you?
I'm 35.
35 years old.
He's told her that he's going to use this as a teaching lesson, and she's still on the phone, guys. I would have come off the phone. That's just me. I would have come off the phone. I'd have been like, no, screw this. I am not staying on the phone for this ish. But what she's saying? Nope, she's staying on the phone. She's like, okay, I'll stay on the phone. Okay. Yeah, I just want you to rate me, Kevin. Just rank me, Kevin. All right, let's see what she's gonna get. Kevin said I'm gonna use it as a teaching example. This ain't gonna be good.
35 years old and you're a business owner. And what's your question?
My issue is, I want to know at what point when I'm just meeting a guy, do I tell him that I'm a business owner? Because my problem is that when I try to date down and the conversation comes up to where I own a business, the guy is either like, hey, can I come join in on you on that business? Or can I put some money and be a business partner? And I'm not looking for that. And I honestly...
Hold on. I need to be clear on this subject. Where are you at?
North Carolina.
And you're saying when to tell somebody you own a business?
Because I find when I date down, guys see an interest and want to be like a business.
Okay, so guys, this is what I want. This is what the Mad Hatter wants to tell you guys. This is what the Mad Hatter wants to tell you guys. Because when I was out there playing the field and running around being a player, pimp, Mac Daddy, and all the rest of that good stuff, I used to see brothers who used to lead with their money. They weren't exactly the most good looking of guys, but they had a bit of change in their pocket and they used their money to flatter women and to get women. And I used to tell them, guys, that's not how you want to get a woman, because if you don't have no game and your money was ever to run out, then you're in serious trouble, my friend. But they carried on. So as we can see, there's been a change in the community of how women think and how men think. So now we're seeing a lot more men being a lot more simpish in their behavior. And as a result of them being more simpish in their behavior, they've allowed the women to accelerate their hypergamy mindset and hypergamous behavior. In which case, they now deal with the 80-20 rule, where the women are 80% of the women are chasing 20% of the men, and 20% of the men are sleeping with 80% of the women. That's a dangerous place to be in when you look at a community, you look at a society. But this woman's talking about dating down, and she has an issue with dating down because she has to share her wealth, her money. But I thought all these women wanted to build. So I don't understand. If they want to build and they have a man who's on his way up still building, then that should be the perfect match for you or a woman who's already attained a certain amount of wealth. Because remember, we're trying to build our communities, or have we forgotten that? Interesting. But let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Partner, and I'm learning that maybe I need a high value man, because that's what.
Well, first off,
here we go.
Ma'am, I really don't understand. What kind of man are you talking about? Because owning a business is no different than having a job, in my opinion. And so I'm not getting what you're saying. When should you? I'm not understanding why this is an issue. If you're, what kind of men are you? What kind of men are you dating?
I try to give guys that not up a chance.
You try to do what?
I try to give guys that's not on my level a chance.
Why? What do you mean on your level? What does that mean?
That's making 6 figures or more.
But I don't okay. You try to give guys who are not on your level a chance. Why?
And because I honestly want a 6-figure guy.
That's twice she said that now. I want a high value man. I want a 6-figure guy. So she's saying she doesn't want a guy who's less than her. She wants a 6-figure guy because with the 6-figure guy, she doesn't have to worry about her business. And I'm assuming that's going to be her money. But you know what, guys? I grew up in a time period and era where I was hearing women say they don't want to work with a man and build up with him. They don't want to build a bubble, build a boo, or a man on his potential. Forget that. You better come already gamed up. So if you're coming fellas already gamed up, then there's nothing to build with these women. They should come fully prepared then and fully ready, as you are coming fully gamed up and fully in your square, right? It's only fair. It's only equal. So let's see, does she have the qualities that she says she has? Because does she have the qualities that she needs in order to acquire a high value man? Does she have those things? This is a very interesting interview, and it goes to show the mindset and the delusion, how far the delusion has gone, because there's nothing wrong with the guy who's earning less than her. She didn't actually say the guy was bad. What she actually said was to do with money and finance. So now she wants a high value man so that she doesn't have to deal with that, even though she has money. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Is what I'm realizing.
Okay, so let me just go ahead and net it out for you. You ready?
Uh-huh.
The guys you want aren't asking you out.
Ooh.
Well, I haven't been put myself out there, honestly.
Uh-oh. I haven't. Here it comes. That's one. Have you noticed it yet? The lack of accountability. Here it comes. So the guys who you want aren't dating you, aren't asking you out. Oh, I haven't been putting myself out there. You know what this reminds me of, right? You know what this reminds me of, guys? Let's see. So that's one. That's one, fellas. That's one. Let's see where she's gonna go with it.
But you put yourself out there enough for the guys you don't want or beneath you to ask you out.
Those are like guys I met online.
Right. So again,
online dating, this is not somewhere where you're going to meet to be married. Online dating is not the place that you want to be married. And if you are looking to online dating to be married, then you need to be on those websites or those social media sites now specifically geared towards being married, because otherwise it makes no sense. You can't be on Tinder swiping left, swiping right, which is just a hookup app, and then say you're looking for a high value man to get married to you. Do you think a high value man is going to be on Tinder looking for a wife? Really? Like,
Here? Why, yes, to
really? Anyway, let's go.
the men you want are not asking you out. See, you ladies do this. You go and deal with men who you feel are beneath you, and then you ask how to fix them. I'm not beneath you. I don't know how to fix a guy that's down there. That's not my concern. The better question is, why can't you get a guy on your level? That's the real question. Well, first of all, I will tell you what I said in here automatically is a problem. Why you would come onto a show that you know is a disagreement day? It's selfish.
And entitled.
It's like, well, yes, ma'am. It's like I want what I want. I don't say things for no reason. That's why I asked you questions. You're 35 years old, a business owner. that means you understand what business is, and you know this is a business. And I have a show title, and you said, "Damn your show title, I want to talk to you." But you could have went to my business and booked time to talk to me, but you wanted what you wanted, how you wanted.
I'm sorry.
No, it's lesson. That's the problem with too many of you black women. You don't do shit the right way with black men.
Ooh.
And when I told you the right way, you still were like, well, whatever.
He is laying into her. Yo, calling her out on every single account. Every single account. It's not the right day. He's told her he's going to make a lesson and an example of her, but she's still pushing the point. That's crazy. That's crazy to me, because I would just realize, you know what? First of all, I called her on the wrong day. I would profusely apologize, and then I would make amends by, either trying to get in there quick if I still want to get what I want to get out. But if after he's told me he's going to make an example of me, listen, I'm like, okay, well, you know what? Thanks a lot. I'll definitely hit you up, especially since though I have the finances to be able to afford your services. So heck, let me just save my pride. Somebody should be swallowing their pride pills. Oh man, I wish I had the sound effect for pride pills. But you know what? Oh god, this is gonna be brutal. This is going to be brutal. Let's see. Let's keep going.
So I'm gonna use this. When was the last time you had a relationship?
Like the end of last year, around December.
How long did it last?
A year.
A year. And was that man? Did you go to college?
Did I go to college?
Yes.
No, sir.
Okay. And how long have you owned your own business?
9 years.
And how long have you been making six figures or more?
The last 3.
Okay. Why do you need a man making six figures?
Because I'm finding out that the guys that I date, it's not working out.
What does that have to do with money?
Ding, 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 ding. What does that have to do with money? You see, what does it have? This is the hypergamous mindset. What does it have to do with money? Instead of trying to build with a man who you've managed to build and get yourself to a certain point, and I'm sure this is one of the things I like to point out to people with a Mad Hatter. You cannot tell me that you did it all by yourself. That's a lie. Nobody gets to the top by themselves. They've always had help. They've always had advice. They've always had support. They've always had something to get them that bit further. She's got to that level, and instead of her turning around and passing it on in kind and building with a man and getting with a man and becoming a wife and building a family, which can now have that resource and now build with it, she's now looking for a higher earning man than her. But the question is, does she look like the type of woman that is able to get the higher value man? Let's see. And it's showing you that these women don't want to share their money. They don't want to share their money. The money to them, resource to them is like Gollum. Precious. That's the Okay. I'm sorry. Let's pull ourselves together. Okay, let's play it.
Because I feel like I need a guy that I can respect and admire, and I'm ambition, and I want a guy that has that drive too. And when he doesn't, I find myself.
And I want a guy. So when I find someone for myself, and he can be ambitious too. What makes you think the other guy wasn't ambitious? He just hasn't reached that goal yet. You notice she didn't point out any characteristics that were wrong about this guy. The only thing she mentioned was finances. And this is what's disingenuous about this hypergamous mindset, especially the women in the urban community. the women in the urban community fail to realize that the system that's in place is a capitalist system. You cannot have everyone earning over 6 figures. The average earning figure, especially here in the UK, is about 30,000. In America, it's about 40,000, 45,000, at 42,000 exchange rate. So that's the average. So what do they think? What do they even know the numbers? Do they even know the percentages? Let's see.
You know, encourage him like, hey, babe, you can do this and you can do that. And then,
all right. So in North Carolina, what percentage of the population, what percentage of men in this country make 6 figures?
There you go. There you go. There you go. He has to come up with the numbers.
My nigga.
He had to come up with the numbers. This is what I'm saying. He's not pulling no punches with this girl. This woman, excuse me. He's like, listen, what percentage? Listen.
Or more.
Think
he's
it's
going
like
straight to her. He said, what percentage? Ooh.
be the guy that I can respect and admire, and I'm ambition, and I want a guy that has that drive too. And when he doesn't, I find myself, you know, encourage him like, hey, babe, you can do this and you can do that. And then,
all right. So in North Carolina, what percentage of the population, what percentage of men in this country make 6 figures or more?
I think it's like 5%. I'm not
closer to 10. So
okay.
10%. All right. So the question is, what do those men who make that kind of money, who all women tend to want, what do they want?
I feel like they want arm candy, somebody who can have more to bring to the table than just looks, but also bring balance to their life. I feel like I can help them out on
okay, slow down. I'm not understanding. You said they want arm candy, then you contradicted yourself. They want somebody that more than just looks.
I noticed that too, right? She said they want arm candy, because arm candy is by definition is you want a trophy wife. You want a woman on your arm, so that because you reached the pinnacle of your profession or your status or whatever it is that you've done in your square and in your life and in your lane, and now you need that woman, that eye candy, that trophy wife, because it's a status thing. Because now you've attained the best of the best, and as a result, you can also attain the best of the best looking woman. It's a status thing. So that's for 10% of the guys. So every woman is looking for 10% of the guys, and they're saying, I'm not willing to settle. Then they're missing out on 80 to 90% of the guys. And as a result, that's the breakdown of families. That's the breakdown of relationships. Because women are saying they're refusing to settle. How can you refuse to settle when you yourself are not making 6 figures? You're still average earning. So you should be with an average person. Or you're average looking, therefore you should also be with an average looking person, because it just stands to reason by the numbers. There are more average looking people than there are beautiful people. Just by the numbers. But let's see where she's going with this.
Yeah, arm candy, but something behind, a brain with it, and more in depth.
Do you know any men who make 6 figures or more?
My dad and my uncle.
Do you know any men that you are related to that make 6 figures or more?
Unrelated to? Yeah,
men that you are not related to.
Not on a personal level.
So you don't know him. You don't, but you want him. Man, I'm going to suggest that you really don't know what you want. And saying six figures is just something that you've got taken from out there, but I'm not hearing this rooted to anything. But what do you want ultimately? Do you want to be married, children, what?
Yes, I want to be married.
Do you want any children?
Yes.
No, notice she didn't say she wanted children. The question was, do you want to be married and do you want to have any children? It was a two-part question. And she didn't answer the second part of the question. So that's already warning signs, because you know that high value men and men in general want to have an offspring. It's very rare. We're not talking about the exception. There are exceptions to every rule, of course. There are men out there who do not want children, who are still heterosexual, who do not want children. And that's fine. That's their choice. But they're not the majority. The majority of men want to have an offspring, a seed, a legacy. And they would like to preferably find a decent woman who is able to nurture, raise, and look after that child, so that they, in their square, in their purpose, can provide, protect, establish morals, discipline, integrity, and accountability in the upbringing of the child. That's what a high value man would want, as well as a normal guy, an average guy, because a high value man is high value. Yes, he's done his best to be the top of the top and the best of the best, but ultimately he's still a man. And as a man who's a high value, he may want more of certain things, but the things that he wants is still the same things that an average man would want. He may just want more of it. This is the concept I don't think a lot of women are getting, especially in this day and age with this modern mindset, because we're so used to watching and getting our information from media that we've forgotten how to read books. And that in the books is the actual information that we need to read. But I'm not going to bore you with the books. Let's find out how far this is going to go, because this woman is treading on thin ice.
How many?
I have a son now, so.
Oh, pause. And she has a child. So we are almost halfway through the video, and now she dropped she has a child. So not only is she's a single mother now, so she's not looking for a husband, she's looking for a stepfather.
How old is your son?
He's 13.
Where's the father?
He's not enough in his life.
I didn't ask that. I said, where's the father?
Well, he's not like in it like I would like him to be.
All right, so let me go ahead and take this down, ma'am. Men who make the kind of money you're talking about have options, and typically they don't want to deal with women who have 13-year-old sons who are used to dating men who. This doesn't sound appealing.
Whoa!
The kind of man you're talking about. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I was thinking once I start booking session with you that
I can't change men.
Oh, so oh no, Kevin. He said I can't change men. Kevin told her I can't change men. He's like, listen, you listen. He said to her, listen, oh my gosh, you're with a child. You know what I'm saying? And the man you picked, by her own recognition, the man she's picking, she's not making a good impression or making him sound like he's a stand-up guy who's looking after his responsibilities as a father, and in the child's life. So you've picked a man who you decided to have a child with, who you decided not to get married to. And now you want a high value man to what now? Come in and pay for the child? That is crazy. That is crazy.
I know, but I can approve myself, and I feel like I have a lot to offer to those type of men.
Okay, but see, you should have stopped right there.
Uh-oh.
I just told you I cannot change men. And you said once I book a session with you, I'm not a miracle worker. I'm telling you what they want. And you're still saying, yeah, but I want them. They don't want you.
But stuff this year and booking your
okay, ma'am, but okay. 35, 13-year-old son with a sketchy father. Why would a man who's in the top 10% of earners, who women across the country want that?
Because I have a lot to offer. I feel like.
Would you want your son to, if you had a son making that kind of money, would you want him to bring home a woman who had a 13-year-old son from a sketchy father? Or would you prefer him to get a woman who had no children, was younger, and easier to get on his program?
Depending on his age.
See what I mean? See what I mean? This goes so deep for Black women.
She does not want to take. Wow. You know what? I want to know what Kevin's going to say. I'll leave my comment to just to hear what Kevin's going to say right now.
They will even. Should have been an easy question. No, I would not want my son to bring. I want the best for my son. That should have been the appropriate answer. That's why I sat up. That is bullshit.
Got him.
For your son.
Of course.
But and are you thinking?
Oh, you know what's coming. You know what's coming, right? You know what's coming. He's been trying. He's been trying this, and it's like it's crazy that she doesn't see it and she doesn't get it, because it's very apparent and it's very clear to all of us. Well, you know what's coming, right?
If he brought home a woman, yes, I feel like I'm the exception to the rule. But
no, you're not. That's the problem.
She said, I feel like I'm the exception to the rule. And this is what I'm talking about when I talk about this delusion that I've seen in women walking around thinking that they're the exception to the rule. The exception to the rule, we live in a democracy, and which is what's crazy about this. We live in a democracy where we understand that the majority vote rules the day, not the minority vote, not the exception to the rule, not the side independent party. Do you see what I'm saying? That comes forth, and that's what we're gonna go with. This doesn't make any sense. And this is why we call it a delusion. It's cognitive dissonance, if you want to understand. Because how can you look at these things and these numbers don't add up, and then you're still saying, no, because I'm the exception to the rule, something's going to change and allow this situation to not be what it clearly, the numbers are adding up to be. Wow.
Problem. You all think you're the exception to the rule, but your life is proven to you that you're not.
My love life is not that good. I agree with you.
That's my point, and ma'am, and that's my point. You ladies all feel like, listen, you ladies all feel like you're the exception to the rule. And then when someone like myself comes along and gives you a dose of reality, instead of just accepting it, it's like, yeah, but I'm special. You don't know any men on this level that are not your father, that aren't related to you. That means you don't know these men. You don't know where to go get them. You don't know what they want. But you're still saying, pick me. They don't want mid-30-year-old baby mamas. I like, man, but they don't want those.
Can I ask you a question?
Oh.
Did you hear what I said?
Yes.
This woman, you know what?
Now we can do this the easy way or we can do it the hard way. The choice is yours.
She's about to make the wrong choice. She's already made the wrong choice. And Kevin is just looking at her. He's like, listen, you are a 35-year-old baby mama. You ain't getting no high value man. Stop it. Stop it. He said, listen, stop it. And she's still going.
Why is that so? Okay, go ahead.
Why is it so what?
Go ahead.
Now we can do this the easy way or we can do it the hard way. The choice is yours.
From my point of view, I feel like I get what you're saying. They do have better options, but also those better options are younger girls. Those younger girls don't necessarily 20-year-olds are not necessarily attracted to 45-year-olds.
Bullshit. I'm 51. I can't beat them off with a stick. That's another one on you lies. No, younger women are attracted to older men. What are you talking about?
So can you see me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So do you feel like a woman like me?
Uh-huh. What would you rank yourself on a scale from 1 to 10? You cannot use 7.
Would I rate myself?
Just your face.
My face when I wake up, 5, but when I put myself together, 6.
Okay. And how tall are you?
5'5".
Dress size.
I'm sorry?
Your dress size.
A 3.
Okay. So that makes you, if you give yourself a 5, that's average.
Yes.
So average look.
Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, that's absolutely correct. 5 in the middle is average. So she said she's a 5, which means she's an average. And then when she does her makeup, she's a 6. So, and that's just her face. Obviously, she says her body fits into a size 3. So I'm not really sure what American size is, but I know that's small. So she might have a banging body underneath that. But looking at her face, yeah, I would put her slap banging probably about a 4, not even probably about a 5. But hey, you know, everybody has their own taste. She could be a variable of 4, 5, and 6, as she says, with her makeup. So this is where the variable of the ranking comes in. But I don't understand what the whole switch and hullabaloo was about, because she clearly, by her own testament and her own mouth, said she was a 5, which is average on a scale of 1 to 10. That is right slap bang in the middle. Right slap bang in the middle. So everybody out there who's having a hissy fit about this video, I know I'm coming late to the video, but hey, you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. And this is permeating all over the West. It's not just in America. It's over here in the UK. It's over in Australia. It's over here in Europe. Do you see what I'm saying? It's actually quite crazy. But let's keep going.
Looking women tend not to get high earning men. They tend to get average men.
So,
did you, I mean, stop right there. Stop right there. Stop right there. Breathe and digest. You're 35 and you can look around and see the world. You don't tend to see higher earning men with average looking women. Off rip. If you do see them, they got their average looking woman when they were both really young and he built his way up.
And when you look at it, she's not really even paying attention to, you know, the conversation now. She's looking all over the place. She's fidgeting. She's lost interest. But remember, mind you, she's called into his show on a day that is a disagreement day, and she's asked for a totally different subject. She's changed the format of the show. She's disrupted the context of the show. Do you see what I'm saying? And she's having a conversation about her relationship, her ranking, what she wants out of life, why she wants a high value man. She's not really making any sense. She's not actually giving any valid reasons. She's not actually showing that she's of character and substance. You see what I'm saying? She's only spoken about money, which, as women would like to say that men are shallow because they look at women and their aesthetics, even though men are visual in their natural nature, which is asinine. But this is shallow because she's only looking and giving the financial benefits of why she wants a man or doesn't want a man, or as opposed to giving the characteristics as to why those men were not good men or why those men are good men. That's very worrying and very troubling to actually realize and to think about. But, you know, hey, it's okay. She wants a high value man, so she can get a high value man because, you know, she's been told that she can get a high value man. So it's okay.
But a man earning the kind of money you're talking about does not go for an average looking woman.
I mean, my body is not average, so.
But ma'am, you please don't make me say it.
I said it.
Say what?
Oh, is it?
I really just wanted some advice. I love your
I'm
stuff.
giving you advice, but you're not taking it. The advice is, ma'am, you're average looking at best.
There it
I'm
is.
taking it in, but
There it is.
Okay, but you're not accepting the fact that, okay.
Now we can do this the easy way or we can do it the hard way. The choice is yours.
Who's older. Average looking older woman with a 13-year-old son. Average looking woman with a 13-year-old son with a sketchy baby daddy.
Oh my God.
Then you're gonna die alone. How about that? Let me just cut to the chase, ma'am. You can feel like what you want to, but women like you die alone.
Oh.
Straight up. Because you think you're better than the men that you qualify for. And the only reason, honestly, man, woman like yourself really thinking you deserve more is because you earn more money than most people around you in North.
And that's really it right there. And if you look, she's on her phone. She's actually looking down on her phone while she's on a live platform having a conversation with a host, and which is interrupted the conversation on a day that's not the topic of conversation to talk about her life. And she's on the phone, guys, reading the phone. That's such a level of disrespect. I don't even understand what you guys are dealing with over there, because this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. And fellas, it's time to stop dealing with this. You see what I'm saying? And step into your purpose. There are many beautiful, traditional, sane-minded women out there that you can go and find and discover. If there's one pool that's become toxic and become stagnant, then move into another pool, because this is ridiculous. The level of disrespect and disingenuousness, and she's just lost interest because she's not hearing what she wants to hear. She's a pampered princess. And again, if her father was around who did raise her, you've got to look at these fellas. This is what you're raising. This is what you're raising. If the mother was around, these are what these women are raising. Now you're having problems in the dating scene because you're not having women of marriageable mind, because they're just looking for a high value man for the financial benefit, not for the character. Let's finish it out though.
Carolina. But if your ass worked at the post office, you would not think so highly of your opportunities. And that's the reality. Men don't care about your money. Not the kind of men that you want. We don't care about your money. It ain't ours. We care about the fact that you are older and you got kids. And you're average.
Ooh.
And your reality of your life has showed you that. You don't have the kind of men that you want knocking on your door trying to find you.
Yeah, because they're doing this.
Why, yes.
Kevin just gave her one of those.
See, what we've done in this country, this world, is we've told women like yourself that you can have it all, and you got a Prince Charming who's 6 foot, 6 feet tall, 6-figure income, jawline, all this other kind of stuff. And I'm sorry, man. No. Most people get average people, especially average people. And you're an average person. I mean, let's be real. You're not running Microsoft. You got a pet grooming business.
It's being real. It's being real.
You've been making
raw.
6 figures for the last 3 years. Okay. But if I looked at you and I took all that off of you, all the eyelashes and all the hair, what do you look like under there?
I mean, I look the same. I'm just.
No, you don't. Because if you did, you wouldn't have all that on.
I'm sorry?
No, you don't. You don't look the same, because if you did, you wouldn't have all that on.
So, what is your advice for women that?
All right, I'll tell you my advice, man, because you're not listening to me. This is why I always recommend you need therapy. People think most of us in the Black community need therapy, but you're not dealing with reality. I asked you about your child's father, and you couldn't answer me. But it doesn't sound like you're too proud of him. What kind of student is your child?
And she's on her phone again.
He's an A student.
Does he have any behavioral problems?
No, he actually got a YouTube channel, and he's trying.
I don't need that. Don't need no. But where is it? But his daddy is still. If his daddy is alive, does he have a relationship with his father?
Yeah, he does.
Then what's your issue with him?
He's not business minded like my father and my uncle. And
then why did you choose to make a baby with him before you got married?
Young.
Exactly, and that cost. See,
yeah.
That young and dumb shit. Let me stop you right here. That young and dumb shit you black women throw out as if it's supposed to get. Listen and listen well, women. Young and dumb is not a get out of jail free card. It doesn't go woof and change the fact.
Here. Why are you stupid?
And men are not rushing up to be stepfathers to 13-year-olds.
Ooh.
What would be better is if you honestly sat down and asked yourself, what value can I bring to a man?
And I know that what I can.
Well, all right. What value? What is it?
What is it?
This is going to be interesting.
I can help him with his business. I'm very business minded on the end of.
Now, you see, this is where the disingenuous comes in, because if you want a high value man who's already six figures, then he's already on his purpose and he's already on his grind. So he doesn't need you to get him there because he's already there. He's already doing it. He's already doing it. And that's why you want that guy, because you want that guy so that you don't have to share what you have built to get there.
Of helping organize, and I plant into planting my own garden, so I can definitely plant into improving my etiquette with just self.
Silence, you funny fool.
Guys, I'm not even going to justify the rest of that video because that was absolutely crazy. You see what I'm saying? You see the end of the video, Kevin Samuels told her to get off his phone. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, it was actually crazy. And she deserved everything she got on the end of that phone call because it was absolutely ridiculous. You see what I'm saying? But I don't want to keep the video too long, guys. I just wanted to come in and see the video and have a quick review over it, quick reaction over it, and talk about it a bit more. But don't worry, guys. Welcome to the Madhatterrant Media Podcast. We're going to be doing more of these, you know what I'm saying? So if you like the video, if you like the conversation, definitely hit the like button. We'll definitely be making this a safe space for men to have their opinions. Definitely keep the comments clean, guys. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to Kevin Samuels for the content. Big shout out to Kevin Samuels and the Black Manosphere and all the content creators in that field. And obviously all the content creators in the Manosphere for creating a space for men and allowing men to have a positive and outcomes for themselves and for their lives. So, yeah, big shout out to everybody. Don't forget, this is the Mad Hatter signing off, guys. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that bell notification so that you can be kept up to date. And then we can be having this conversation, boom, every single time. All right. But anyway, this is the Mad Hatter signing off. Peace.